This video is by Ticked Off Dan and Bill at Highland Hill Farm. We're ticked off at the TSA. We don't like TSA agents fondling little boys and little girls. And this is how we suggest that you take them on, because we have to do it.
Hello. I'm sick and tired of seeing what's going on in this government. This government says they have it out for our best interest, but they don't. They don't care about us. We're their sheep and we're to be plucked. Now, the problem is with this, I saw a YouTube video that showed a little girl 3 years old being searched crying in great distress. More harm was done to that girl's psyche and what was done to her. I mean, come on. A 3-year-old girl carrying a bomb? Give me a break. I mean, where's the common sense in these people, and where's the common sense in this government? What we need to do is show this government we mean business. And how we mean business, if you have a problem with something, you have the right to complain and file a complaint. What you need to do when you go through the airport and they grab you and they grope you and do what they do, you demand a business card or their information. When you get home, you contact through a letter or you contact TSA and file a formal complaint. These complaints must be answered and they must be looked into. Millions of complaints will literally bring this nightmare to a conclusion and a halt, because there is no way they can keep doing what they're doing. When they turn around and take little boys and little girls and elderly grandmothers, the people that had modesty, and they're groping and reaching and grabbing people, it is disgusting. I understand that a couple of days ago there was a gentleman that went through an airport. He refused to be touched in that way. He said he'll drive. He turned around and then they said they're going to fine him $10,000. TSA, come after me for $100 million. I'm sick and tired of you people. I will never fly on the airlines again in the United States. I will never fly on a United States carrier ever again in the United States. As far as I'm concerned, aviation is over. It's done. Drive your cars. Keep your rights. It is not worth the 2 or 3 hours you save or the 4 hours you save. What this government is doing is using the airlines as the first step. Eventually they're going to want you to walk around naked. So these perverted, sick SOBs that are sitting in their office laughing about it. I honest to God believe that peace of mind, and I believe our privacy and our rights are worth more than any security. Because once you give up your freedom and rights for security, you have neither. You will not have security. The terrorists that are out there, and that little girl's terror that went through there was created by this government, and created by the TSA, and created by an arrogant attitude of these people. You can no longer take this garbage. You can no longer take this garbage and accept it. You must file complaints. And every time you go to an airport, remember the TSA, when they do a search and they check you out and they rip your bags apart and they take your stuff, you have a right to complain. File the complaint. The complaint must be looked into and the complaint must be brought in. And if it isn't, and what that will do, they'll finally realize they don't have enough money to do it.
You know,
and they'll stop.
You know, Dan, it's just like the elephant and the ant. One ant can't kill an elephant. But
10 million ants can shut them down immediately.
Eat them to the bone. Eat them to the bone.
And we'll all file complaints. We all must stick together. Remember, if you see somebody in a line and you see somebody being harassed, join with that person. File the complaint. You don't have to get physically involved, but you can tell the authorities what you witnessed and what you've seen. They are committing crimes, and they are in violation of law and statutes. They harass senior citizens. They molest children. And these are crimes. I don't care if they work for the federal government. These airports are in states, and the state governments and state police will demand copies of the films and the security tapes, and when they see there's wrongdoing, they will cite and charge these individuals. And there will be plenty of witnesses to bear witness of what's going on.
Well, thank you very much, Dan, for your time. And just remember, TSA agents, if you come on Highland Hill Farm, you're subject to immediate arrest. because you're no longer welcome here at Highland Hill Farm. We're a tree and shrub nursery, we're a conservative nursery, and we believe in our personal and private rights. Thank you very much. This is a 5 to 6 foot emerald green. This is Marge Hurst. She's my wife. I'm Bill Hurst at Highland Hill Farm. And you can see as a 5 to 6 foot emerald green, the top will be about 6 foot. The little trail at the top doesn't really count. The emerald green is a very fast growing arborvitae used for quick screens and buffers. And it'll grow to about 15 feet high. This emerald green is not deer resistant. So you have to be careful. You can't plant it in an area where there's a heavy deer population. If you have a minor deer population, like you have one deer every 2 or 3 months walking through your yard, it probably won't sustain any damage. But if you have a resident herd of deer, say like 5 or 6 deer that walk through your yard every day, this tree will not work. They'll eat it up. You can spray it with deer away and things like that, and coyote urine, but it really won't help. We dig these out, we ball and burlap them, and we can deliver and install them for you. So give us a call at 215-651-8329. We're at Highland Hill Farm, and we're going to show you some arborvitaes today. This is a block of arborvitaes. We have 3 types in this block. We have emerald greens, green giants, and Niagaras. And this arborvitae right here is our 6 to 7 foot green giant. And the tail on this can go up considerably over 6 to 7 feet, but we don't measure the tail. We measure the tree to the end of the main body of the tree. This tree is very, very deer resistant. We have a lot of deer in this area, and it suffers virtually no deer damage. It's also very resistant to snow load. I can just take this tree and bend it. And you can bend it way over like that. You can see, and it can take it. It snaps right back. It also doesn't suffer from bagworm damage like other arborvitaes, and it usually grows with one single straight leader, so it doesn't break apart after it gets larger. We like to sell this tree trimmed in a heavy trim as well, and usually that's the way we sell it. But if you want this open conformation, we can bring that to you as well. This is a field-grown plant. It's been in the field about 4 years. This particular tree can grow upwards to 3 feet a year, and it's used to being planted fairly close to one another, so you can make a long windbreak and have a very tight hedge effect. And these are a little bit larger. These are about an 8 to 10 foot tree right here. And they're very, very good to plant because they're very resistant to diseases, and they are not as susceptible to the lack of moisture like the emerald green. These are emerald greens back over here. This is a 6 to 7 foot emerald green right here, and we do sell those. The emerald green is not deer resistant. The reason you don't see any deer damage on here, even though we have a lot of deer in this area, is because this particular block is encompassed by an 8 foot deer fence. So you can see the block goes on quite a ways. So we have quite a bit of selection here for you. So give us a call at 215-651-8329. These are American Holly Ilex of Paca. Give us a call, 215-651-8329.
Hello, here at Homeland Hill Farm we have many types and sizes of burning bush. And this is a smaller size. This is a burning bush that's $35. Over on my other side, this one here, that's the burning bush. That's our $50 size burning bush. And that's our $75 size burning bush.
And those are the 2010 prices.
Yes, they are.
And we have more of these out in the field. And as you can see down through here, we have quite a few of them ready to go. So just give us a call if you want to pick them up, 215-651-8329, or we can deliver and plant for you. Thank you.